Well, wouldn't you believe it? I'm actually shocked. The Trek Roscoe 6 has actually changed, and it's not a new gen. It is the 2025 Trek Roscoe 6. Mind blown. The Roscoe 6 has been a super popular model since its very first iteration. Since then, it has changed significantly, and every year it becomes a better bike. They've really narrowed it down and taken the best features of true mountain bikes, and now they brought it all the way down to an entry level. This one's around 1,500 Canadian dollars, so you're closer to 1,200 US. It's really feature packed for that. Let's look at the 2025 Roscoe 6 and let you know what has changed. So big benefits to this new one is we're gone away, and it was already happening. It had already been weaned out a little bit, but now it's official. It's gone. No more 27.5 plus tires. We're going to the classic, tried, true, and tested on all the high-end mountain bikes, 29 by 2.6. This is a big, beefy tire, lots of volume to it, comes tubeless ready, so it's going to perform super well off-road. They've also got rid of that silly little thing of 120mm travel, which the Roscoe 6 used to have a couple years ago, and they're just sticking with the 140. Again, you're just copying the big bikes and doing what's right. We'll touch on that a little bit more, but the next two features are pretty standard: hydraulic disc brakes and a dropper post. For this level of bike, it's pretty much a shoe-in. You have to have it. They are the same things that are on the Marlin 7 Gen 3 version 2. They don't call it the version 2, but it is a version 2. And the shifting is the most unique change, which it's gone to the CUES system as well, which I was a little shocked by. Now when you compare this to the Marlin 7 like we just were, that's now got the SX12, and this one goes back to a 9-speed, which is unique. I think that's the only downfall of the bike. Like I said, the suspension, fantastic, 140mm, air sprung. It's going to be powerful performance. It's not going to let you down. But will the shifting? So when we look at a bike and a whole package and what we're getting, we really have to think of it as one, not individual parts. It's great to list them off, but it's really important to realize that the bike itself works as one. What Trek has done here has reduced some of the gears, yes, but I don't think it matters as much for this bike. When you're looking at the Marlin series, we have a bike which is designed for commuting really efficiently and off-road. But when we look at something like the Roscoe, it's less about worrying about the efficiency on the commuting side of things and more about the efficiency on the off-road. Now, removing a few gears in the mid to lower range really won't make a huge difference. It'll actually just simplify it. So this isn't the weirdest move ever, it's actually potentially a very strategic one. It brings the cost down for them and you as the consumer to buy this product. It takes away a very minor feature, which most likely if you were to buy this bike for commuting, primarily, you bought the wrong bike. You should have bought the Marlin 7. So with that said, I think Trek has really narrowed this down to a really fantastic price point and part spec package. The geometry is upgraded from the Marlin series to be a little more slack, these are minor degrees of angle change on the fork, but it makes it better for off-road use only. The dropper post, hydraulic disc brakes, much bigger suspension, much bigger tires, all will make significantly bigger improvements on the riding off-road ability than having 12 gears on the back. It would be nice, but it's not critical. This is a feature I would sacrifice. If I had a limit to build a bike and a budget, the shifting, especially when it's 12, 10, or 9 speed, it's not like, especially when we think about shifting off-road, we're not there to be perfect. You shift a lot more. Sometimes it's a steep, sometimes it's down, sometimes it's flat. You're shifting so much, so to find a gear that's the most efficient, you're not sitting in that gear for very long. So if you have to bounce up and go a little easier than you thought you might before you go into another gear very quickly anyway, I don't think you're going to care too much about it. It's a minor downside to get away with all the other upsides that are with this bike. The Roscoe 6, when it first came out, was a fantastic setup. It came with a lot of features which people wanted, and honestly, it performed very well. This newest version though, 2025, will be the best yet. It will perform so similar to the higher end Roscoes and higher end mountain bikes than it ever has. You're not going to be let down with it. I'm very pleased with this bike. I think Trek has done a really good job of building this bike and honestly keeping it at a reasonable price range. It's hard to do that nowadays. It's becoming easier, and inflation and all that junk, which we don't even want to talk about, it's becoming easier, and it should be. This is the kind of bike, if you want a trail ride, you're going to buy, and this is going to do a fantastic job with room to upgrade. These are all upgradable parts, and you're at the price point and price spec that it might be worthwhile putting money into your bike, whereas Marlin series, it's always questionable. That's my take on it. The Marlin 7, great commuter, pretty good mountain bike. The Rosco 6 is the complete opposite of that, which is okay commuter, but really good mountain bike. And I'm not sure if I'm disappointed with the CUES system being on this one or not. I'm pretty sure everyone's going to be very happy with this, and no one's going to have any complaints. If I look through the parts right here, it's really mountain bike designed. Even the seat has the Verse short seat, so it is slightly shorter, which hopefully that makes a difference. It is starting to say mountain bike every single time, and it'll look it. It's lightweight. I think Trek has done a good job. Super quick video on this one. I would recommend this to pretty much everyone. If you want to be kind of serious off-road, I'd go for this one. If you just might want to go there every once in a while, I'd go for the Marlin series. But if you just want basic but fully functional mountain bike, 2025 Rosco 6 has it all for everyone. Simple as that.